Here comes your pre-market summary for Wednesday, October 12th. Futures back in positive territory after 4 straight days to the downside. We're seeing a nice bounce here in the pre-market as we head into the first of 2 very big days for economic data. We'll get PPI coming up this morning at 8:30. And then later on this afternoon, we get the latest minutes from the FOMC meeting last month. Both will be closely watched by the market. Here's how things look right now as we head into the final hour and a half before the open here. 0.62 for the S&P, about the same here. 0.57 for the Dow. NASDAQ leading right now, 0.82. Nice bounce for tech stocks right across the board this morning. Futures here in Toronto for the TSX up about 0.5%. Another day back to the upside, or potentially here for crude oil, well off early lows from the overnight session for futures. 0.5% for Bitcoin. Ethereum nicely higher, 1.2% right now. A few other things we're working on. That's the SPY, the S&P 500, back towards the recent low anyways yesterday before bouncing late in the session. All eyes on both the PPI numbers coming out this morning again, 8:30, and then Fed minutes later on this afternoon. We'll watch Meta again here this morning. Very active yesterday as they launched their Quest VR headset. A bunch of new deals announced for Meta as well. So should be an active trade once again today. We'll also talk about this again this morning. Huge move down for Uber and Lyft specifically, but the entire gig economy affected companies to the downside yesterday after the Labor Department came out and said they're going to look at making contracted employees into full-time employees, which would not be good for that industry. Nice positive note here on Apple this morning from JP Morgan, increasing both their Q3 and Q1 2023 outlooks, or Q4 I should say, and Q1 2023 outlooks for the company. So JP Morgan thinks Apple has some upside potential. Amazon back on watch as well. Again, day 2 of their latest Prime Day event. We'll talk about Pepsi earnings out this morning, better than expected. They also raised their forecast. AMD, some of the chip makers downside again this morning. The U.S. kind of backtracking a little bit on their announcement last Friday on the Chinese front. And NIO, along with all of the other Chinese ADRs, nicely higher here pre-market. Look at this daily chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days straight down. We're trading higher pre-market so far for NIO. Grab the watch list, guys. Use the QR code on screen right now. We'll be with you at 8:30 and bring that PPI number to you live. Join us then on TraderTV.Live.